Most of you don't know this, but I'm Mexican. And no, I'm not one of those Edgars or even those Vaquero guys or even an Alucin guy.
Shut the fuck up!
I'm just a Mexican kid who plays Fortnite and FIFA, and that's about it. My mom was born in Colima and my dad was born in Michoacan. And me, I was born in California. But that doesn't make me any less Mexican.
La corre allá afuera, pero cuando la corro se fue para allá, el mi homie estás allá.
I don't be living in those fancy big cities. I live out in the Central Valley, in a town surrounded by farms and cow shit early in the morning. I've been alive and experiencing my beautiful culture for 19 years, sometimes knowingly and sometimes unknowingly. If you clicked on this video, chances are you're also Mexican. Ice? Yes, that's them. I'm just kidding. Watch out, la migra! Growing up in a Mexican household comes with a few downsides to it. Number one, you can't ever have McDonald's because your parents either say they have no money or you have food at the house. Number two, chores early in the weekends. And number three, la chancla. Other than that though, life as a Mexican is pretty cool. Food is probably the best part about it though, especially if you're a big back Mexican like me. I grew up in a duplex in a not so great neighborhood, but that didn't stop my big ass from eating good. The block might be starving, but as a Mexican, you do with what you can. We call these struggle meals. Meals you can whip up in a short time that cost almost nothing to make. One struggle meal most Mexicans know about is the tortilla con sal. You know struggle if you ate this bitch right here. A corn tortilla with salt is food only the trenches know about. Or you don't know how to cook. Either one. Huevo con salchicha. Egg with hot dog. This would feed the family for days and it was easy to prepare. All my Mexicans understand. This shit fed the house good. Frijoles, aka beans. Now this could go with anything to be honest. Tostada con frijoles arribita con queso cotija o queso fresco was bomb as fuck. Frijoles by themselves? Honestly, I could take it or leave it. Lastly, we would have caldo de pollo. And you're not a real Mexican if your abuelita or mom didn't make this bullshit on the hottest day of the fucking year. It's like an instinct for them to make this on the day when the garbage cans are melting, the forests are burning, and the pigeons are all getting cooked up. And still, they make this shit. It's gas and all, but can we please start making this shit in winter? For the love of God, please. That leads me onto non-struggle meals though, aka the food you would pray for. The type of food that would make your taste buds burst. Pozole being one of those foods that is usually only made on special occasions. Pozole was only ever made for birthdays, holidays, or even once a random night if you're lucky. Pozole con limón, repollo, rábanos, y chile de árbol would genuinely make my whole day. I could eat at least 3 full bowls of pozole by myself. Pozole came in all types. Pozole blanco, pozole verde, but my all-time favorite had to be pozole rojo. God, that shit was There is one day though that makes this dish extra special, and that's Christmas Eve. The Lord blessed Mexicans with this combo and I thank him every day for it. Another dish that goes with Christmas Eve too are tamales. What can I say about them that hasn't been said already? They're so good, and probably the reason as to why I'm so damn heavy. I don't care though, I'd rather die of obesity than give these up. My personal favorites are tamales de puerco, so you know I'm a greaseball. If your favorite tamale type is fresa,
one Mexican down.
There are so many other dishes I can talk about today, like tacos, carne asada, enchiladas, enfrijoladas, ceviche, birria, arroz rojo, tortas. Oh. If you're Mexican, then you're familiar with party life. Mexicans love to party. If there's one thing Mexicans are really fucking good at, it's drinking. Luckily for Mexicans, the love for partying and the skill of downing 7 tequila shots in a row is the perfect combination. Quinceañeras with Don Julios on deck, baby showers with Modelos and Coronas, family reunions with at least 5 coolers filled with Bud Lights, Coors Light, and Tecate. There's probably only 20 people at that family reunion too. You get the idea though. Mexicans, parties, and drinking go hand in hand. It could be your 3-year-old cousin's birthday and you'd still have your hammered tío in the corner arguing about how America is better than Chivas with your other drunk tío. Then they fight, then they get along after doing karaoke. Your tias are completely plastered after downing 4 big buzzballs and tequila shots in their systems. They do all of this while they're supposed to be singing happy birthday to little Miguelito. If you have 2 parents, then you know that most of the time, the sides are completely different. Your mom's side of the family could be whitewashed Mexicans, and your dad's side could be camoteros who love drinking more than they do their firstborn son. Usually, never the same. The Mexican people are diverse and almost never the same, and the music taste is no different. Mexican music is mainstream these days, but back then, it was all about Los Tucanes de Tijuana, Los Tigres del Norte, Juan Gabriel, rest in peace, and Vicente Fernandez, may God rest his soul. But Mexican music has grown, and now we have all types of styles. We got música ranchera, música norteño, música sureña, corridos, corridos bélicos, corridos tumbados, Chicano music, mariachi, banda, huapango, durangueneses, and much more. You'd hear this stuff at bodas, quinceañeras, birthdays, carne asada parties, holiday parties, and even on the worst days, chore days, aka the weekends. These days were the worst days because instead of having your weekends off from school, you had to help mom deep clean the house or go to work with your dad. You didn't want to do either, but you had to do something, otherwise you get your video games taken or your phone, or even worse, la chancla. More on that later. So you had to wake up at 8 in the morning with the smell of fabuloso outside your door and ranchera music playing so loud that a deaf person could hear it. You'd walk your sleepy ass out and instantly get told to vacuum, wash dishes, mow the lawn, walk the damn dog, take the trash out, and fold the laundry. Once you think it's over, your mom gives you a bullshit chore just cause she doesn't like seeing you relaxing, like giving the dog a haircut and spa day. Like what the fuck? You talk back once and it's, no me estés rezongando cabrón, si no te pongo una chinga. All my Mexicans know that if we ever talk back to our parents, then we'd get whooped with a sandal. My heart goes out to those soldiers who've been hit with the following: el gancho, el cable, el cinto, la manguera. Yes, motherfuckers used to get hit with this. Either they have complete PTSD or they're upstanding citizens with great futures ahead of them. No in between. Now, before you call Child Protective Services or something, I don't hold anything against my parents for disciplining me this way. I was a badass little kid back then. Most of you probably don't resent your parents for it, unless they would do it for no reason, because if that's the case, I'm sorry, I gotta be the one to break it to you, but get the fuck out of there. What the fuck is you doing? Most of you are soft though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of you kids need to get your ass whooped at least once. Boondock style. I've seen kids act like little shits in public for a fucking jawbreaker, and I've seen parents try to use their gentle parenting. Sometimes you gotta know if that shit's not working, because if your kid does this often, then I recommend introducing the old school way of doing things. Am I saying whoop your kids with a hose? Fuck no. That's overkill as fuck. Instead, use a sandal first, and then make your way to the hose. Finally though, I want to talk about the daily life of Mexican kids like me. Facebook is like the average Mexican's daily newsletter. Every bit of new information would come from this app, and they'd eat this shit up and relay it to the kids. The day Hot Cheetos got exposed for causing irritation and dyeing your insides red, my parents completely cut me off Hot Cheetos, even though any spicy foods could irritate your stomach, and food dyes are in almost every single product in the States. I still ate some Hot Cheetos in secret though, cause come on. Them bitches good as fuck, I ain't even gonna cap. If you ever got sick, your grandma always had some sort of remedio. They'd cover you in leaves and shit, and somehow it worked. Vaporub on the nose, throat, and chest would heal you up real good. Shit was like a magical elixir. 7-Up and some caldo de res, and you'll feel brand spanking new within an hour. Even sayings were remedies. You could break every bone in your body, and sana sana colita de rana would revert all the damage done. Your parents would quote unquote help you with homework, but it's just them aggressively asking you the question over and over until you answer the question yourself. Being Mexican also meant that you had an uncle or aunt that's younger than you. Yeah, I have at least 4 uncles and aunts that are like in the 5th grade while I'm a sophomore in college. It's always awkward too, because your parents are always like, dile hola a tu tío, and you go and say hi to a 6-year-old in his Elmo pajamas. Mexicans also love eating chile, and if you don't, then you're immediately exiled from all Mexican activities. Kinda like if you're Mexican and don't speak even the slightest bit of Spanish. Prayer to all of y'all that have Mexican blood in you but don't speak, write, or understand Spanish. Could never be me though. You're also definitely Mexican if you've had some cobijas that are mad thick and can keep you warm through Antarctic weather for days. Extra points if the blanket has a sick ass animal looking at the distance. Some Mexican activities that most of us love doing is watching La Selección Mexicana continue to disappoint millions of Mexicans around the world, watch the 1 or 2 Mexican basketball players that barely even speak the language play because Mexicans love feeling included in things, watching Canelo fight for another decision. Seriously, when was the last time he won by knockout? 2019? 5 years ago? Yeah, there's so much I haven't even covered in the video. So many funny, haha, relatable Mexican things that are yet to be explored. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you enjoyed, and smash the like button 500 times for a part 2 if y'all want it though. I am pressuring y'all just if y'all want to. I know it's been a while, but trust me, we're getting back to uploading this month. Sorry if I took way too fucking long to make this video, but all I can tell you right now is that don't worry, we got more videos on the way. Anyways, that's me, that's Live Gux, and yeah. Bye.